Chimaerus, the Undreamt God, is the solo boss in the Dreamrift Raid. This is an ad management boss encounter with two different realms that players need to go back and forth between, the Alden realm and the regular realm. The boss is going to mark the active tank with Alden Dust Upheaval. This will deal big damage split between all targets within the area and send all players down into the Shadow Realm. It'll also mark them with Rift Vulnerability, making it so if they take damage from this effect again, they're going to likely die. You need to split your group up between two groups, so you can always have a normal realm and Alden realm group. In the Alden realm, several mobs are going to spawn, and you need to gather them up and DPS them down. Swarming Shades have low HP and are easy to be taken down. They don't really do a lot. Haunting Essences have a Fearsome Cry and Essence Bolt that both should be interrupted, with high priority on interrupting the Fearsome Cry. The Colossal Horror is a big mob that the tank needs to pick up and face away from the group. Half of these mobs' HP is a big shield, and once the shield wears out, they teleport out of the Alden realm and into the regular realm. They'll fixate on the boss and begin charging towards him. All players in the normal realm need to focus on and crowd control on any of the mobs as they try to rush towards the boss. And you should be coordinating out making calls to when groups of mobs are going to be sent up to the normal realm. If any of these mobs reach the boss, they're going to give him a big damage buff, so you need to make sure they never make it there. Make sure your tank gets threat on all of these and pulls them as far away from the boss as you can before you begin damaging on them. If you crack them when they're beside the boss, they're going to instantly give them the buff, and it's going to be a bad time. Ideally, you want the Colossal Horror's shield to wear off close to when the Alden buff is going to go away. This will make sure that all players get sent back up to the normal realm and are able to damage this thing down as it slowly lumbers towards the boss. But if you damage him down faster, just send your below people back to the boss to deal damage to him until they get sent back to the normal realm. Several of these mobs are going to spawn Alden Dust on the ground. This deals massive damage over time to any targets within the Alden Dust area. The only way to get rid of these is consuming Miasma, a special debuff that's going to go on players, putting a blue circle on them. Those players need to go and overlap with the dust on the ground and then get dispelled. Doing so will remove the dust and make sure you have a clear path. You don't get as much consuming miasma debuffs as you get Alden Dust on the ground, so you are going to be dealing with this dust all the time, but the better dust management you can have, the better time you're going to have with this boss fight. Chimaerus will mark a random player with Ravenous Tear. This is a big gray cone style effect that after a delay will slash players, putting a massive bleed on them. All players should be paying attention for this and getting out of it as quickly as possible. Any player that does get hit needs priority healing. After 2 rotations of this, the boss will begin Consume. There'll be a long cast that will then knock all players back and consume all remaining adds in the fight, including any that are left down in the Shadow Realm still with shields intact. This will give him a massive buff to damage and likely be a wipe if there's too many mobs alive. After this, he enters into phase 2. He'll fly up into the sky and begin doing Corrupted Devastation, a deep breath style attack. Have a player track where he's at and the route that he's going to go down when he does his breaths, pinging areas for your team to go to, trying to keep your entire team together, because each breath is going to spawn groups of mobs that will then need to be gathered up and DPS down. You want to make sure all mobs are killed in this phase before the phase ends. All throughout this, you're still going to be dealing with consuming miasma going on players, having them go out and clear out the Alden Dust. And the boss will be putting out Caustic Phlegm throughout the fight, a big dot on all players that healers are going to need to focus heal on. After several breaths, he'll begin a Ravenous Dive, marking a location on the ground and slamming down at that spot, doing massive damage to any targets within it. He'll also cannibalize any remaining mobs, so you have to make sure everything's dead before it begins this move. After this, it returns back to phase 1, and you'll just rotate back and forth between the 2 phases. I recommend lusting on pull on this fight, making sure all players are available to get as much damage on Chimaerus as possible. I hope this guide helped you out in understanding how to take down Chimaerus, the Undreamt God.